Today, I want to show you one of my favorite ChatGPT features, and it's branch discussion chats. So, if you're in the GPT Blueprint or my membership, or you're in my community, maybe on my newsletter, you may know that I'm always looking for ways to keep my ChatGPT discussions stronger, longer. When discussion threads get too long, you can get this horrible lag, and a lot of times it forces you to start a new thread even when you don't want to. And so, there's certain ways that we can kind of get around that. And one is to make stronger prompts so there isn't as much back and forth, dragging things out. Another thing I also try to avoid is getting AI so distracted so that it loses its focus. The more focused our discussion threads are, the more focused its responses are. When we have the AI going off into different tangents and topics, it kind of loses its focus quicker. It can start giving weaker or even confused responses. The quality just suffers. And at some point, you can even get really bizarre responses like the hallucinations that AI is famous for. So, the solution is to try to keep the discussion focused. And sometimes that's a challenge because there are sometimes discussion threads where there are things you want to explore. AI loves to give us options. And sometimes I want to play out two of those options. And quite honestly, I usually can't resist. And so I'll let AI go ahead and play out both options and give me both. But I end up with a thread that not only is risking getting long and laggy, and not only is risking the AI losing focus, but I end up with just a huge wall of prompts and responses. And it's really hard to kind of get my bearings and find the content that I want to find. So the great thing is that branch chats alleviate all of these issues. So I'm going to go over here to our demo account and show you what I'm talking about. So right here, we've got a prompt that I put in. Now, if you're in the GPT Blueprint, we created copywriter Cassie in a previous module. So here I prompted her, Cassie, can you write an email inviting my subscribers to a free workshop I'm running on Wednesday? We'll be talking all things Q4 and specifically planning out our best ever Black Friday offer. So Cassie came back with 3 questions she wanted me to answer. So she wants to know what tone I want, playful and celebratory or polished and strategic. She wants to know if she should weave in a soft CTA for one of my templates or training, or keep it purely focused on the free workshop. And then what shift do I want the readers to feel when they finish the email? Excitement, relief, empowerment, or something else? So I've answered number 2 and 3 over here in the response. I haven't submitted it yet. And I'm going to tell her that I want to keep it focused on the workshop and save the call to action for the end of the workshop. So she doesn't need to worry about that. And then I told her that I want them to feel excited and optimistic that this could be their most profitable Black Friday yet. The thing that I've left blank so far is whether I want it to be playful and celebratory or polished and strategic. And so I'm going to show you how we can use branch discussion threads to get both answers without sacrificing the length of the conversation, how easy it is to go through it and weed through it, and without sacrificing the GPT's focus. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to copy this right here. I'm going to put that in here, and I'm just going to copy this answer so I have it. And right here at the bottom of her response, you see these 3 dots? When you click on that, you get the choice to branch in a new chat. So I'm going to click that. And it's opened this up. And here is that exact same question. And here's the response. And it's the same over here. So we've now got 2 discussion threads with the same chat history. So I can give it a response that I want the playful and celebratory in this one. And then I can go over here to the first one, and I'm going to change that to polished and strategic. So now I have 2 different threads, but they're each going to have a different response. So I'm not sacrificing either one. And then I can choose which one I want to keep moving forward with, or I could even move forward with both if I wanted. And I can't tell you how many times I keep both of those discussion threads, but they go in different directions. So that's really exciting that I can have 2 different conversations. Neither one is losing focus, and I'm still able to kind of play out both choices. So here we go. On this one, she says that gives her the frame that she needs, and here's the answer. So I've got some subject line options, and I've got a whole email here. Then if I go over here, she's given me a whole different set of subject lines and a different email. So I'm also going to show you this using Flynn. Now, if you're in the GPT Blueprint, Flynn for Barking and Bones is the GPT that we created in the previous module for a business based on dog lovers, a business that caters to an audience of dog lovers. So in this particular thread, I said, Flynn, I want to create an interesting new lead magnet. Can you brainstorm some ideas? So he gave me a bunch of ideas, and I'm just going to pick two different ones, and I'm going to pick the first two on here. So on this one, we're going to go with the 7-day dog joy challenge. And then on this one, we're going to go with the holiday survival kit for dog parents. Now, what's really great about something like this is Flynn's going to give us an outline for a product. Now, if you've ever used ChatGPT to work on a product, a lot of times you have more questions, more refinement. It becomes quite a substantial conversation based around that one product. So now I have these two different discussion threads that can be totally dedicated to creating these two very different products. So if I want to create both of them, I have the room to do that without sacrificing anything. So that's really it. I just wanted to show you how you can use this. See, here we go. We've got our whole outline for holiday survival kit for dog parents. And then over here, we have our 7-day dog joy challenge. So what this means is that I could even use Flynn if I wanted to. Flynn really isn't created to write emails, but if I wanted to ask him to help write the email to introduce this, or maybe I just want him to actually write the copy for day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, all the way through, or make some graphic suggestions, I can keep him very focused on that particular product or opt-in. And same over here. I can drill down and get a lot of detailed and granular details for how I'm going to create this holiday survival kit. All right. And that's it. I just wanted to show you how to use the new kind of chat threads.